Hi everyone and welcome to another video. So in today's video we will see how to work with AutoSum and we will also check out how we can find the sum, average, count and the maximum and minimum values from a list of numbers given to you. So let's get started. Now what you see on my screen is a list of numbers and we will try to find the sum, average, count, maximum and minimum values from this particular list that is given. So before that, let me just show you where you can find some of these options. So we have a functionality in Excel that is known as AutoSum. So AutoSum can be found at two places. One is under the Home tab, and if you go to the right corner under the Editing section, you will find AutoSum. This is one place. And the second place is if you go to the Formulas tab, at the beginning itself, we will find AutoSum. Okay, so these are the two places. We will go to the Formula tab and then use AutoSum just because I find it a little convenient here. All right, so let's see how this is done. In order to calculate the sum, so AutoSum basically means automatically calculate the sum just by a click of a button. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my cursor right next to the sum column D. Okay, right in column E, cell E9. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and click on the AutoSum button. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, what Excel does is it automatically puts in the formula that is equals SUM. I know we haven't discussed about formulas in detail yet, but just to give you an understanding, every single formula starts with equal to, and then there is a nomenclature to that formula. In this case, it is SUM, and then there is a range. So in this case, it's cell E2, from cell E2 till cell E8, that is from 50 till 75. So it will calculate the sum based on this particular formula. But just ignore the formula for now. Just think of it as we have went ahead and clicked on AutoSum. Now when you click on AutoSum, this is how it appears. All you have to do is just go ahead and click on enter, and you can see the sum of this entire list of numbers is calculated automatically. All right, this is one way to do it. Obviously there are multiple ways to calculate the sum. For example, a more tedious way I would say is to just add in the numbers. For example, you can say equal to and then select each cell one by one. But this is very cumbersome. Although you will get the same result, this is never recommended, and we should try to make use of the formulas as much as possible. So you can see 312 is still the sum, but the formula is very long and you have to do it manually one by one. So this is not recommended. That's where AutoSum comes into picture, which is just a one-click solution to getting the sum of a list of numbers. All right, and in this case you don't even need to select it. All you have to do is just place your cursor right below the list of numbers and just click on AutoSum. Click on enter and it calculates the sum for you. Similarly, we can calculate average as well. So let's say I wanted to calculate the average in this cell instead of this cell here. All right, what I can also do is, just for this instance, let me just delete it and I'm just going to paste average here. I can just keep my cursor here, and under AutoSum you will see a small drop down button. Click on that and you have a average option here. Click on the average option and just go ahead and click on enter on your keyboard, and there you go. You have the average of this entire list of numbers. So this is how you can calculate average as well with just one click. I'm going to press undo now. Let me just go back to how it was. Okay. So just for the sake of understanding, I'm showing you all of these options one by one. So we have seen sum, we have seen average. I'm just going to go ahead and click on AutoSum and click on average here. Now one thing you would notice is, in this case, when it's about to calculate the average, it's also taking in the number 312, which is the sum, into picture. But we don't want that. We only want the average of the list of numbers to be calculated till 75. So what do you do in such a case? What you can do is you can just select the actual list of numbers using your mouse. Okay, so you can select the numbers using your mouse this way, and once you press on enter, it calculates the average of just those particular list of numbers which you have selected. All right. Now, in case you don't want to use your mouse, there is another method. Click on AutoSum, click on average, and it will automatically select whatever number comes in right above the formula where you are putting it in. So in order to exclude 312, you can also do shift and up arrow on your keyboard. So press shift and the up arrow together, and that way you can go up or come down using the down arrow. Okay, so just press till 75 and click on enter, and this is your average now. Similarly, you can do count as well. So I'll just keep my cursor here, go to AutoSum, click on count numbers. So what it does is it basically gives you a count of how many numbers are there in the list of numbers. So click on count numbers, and as you can see, just like it did for average and sum, it auto selects whatever is right above it. So we don't want 44.57 and 312. So we will just ignore that and select only the list of numbers. And you can see the range changing here from E2 to E8. Click enter, and the count is 7 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers here in the list. All right. Next is maximum. As it says, maximum gives you the largest number from a list of numbers. So in this case, it's a very small list. So we can say, 75 is the largest. We can determine that already. But using the system, how can we find it out? Let's see. Click here, go to AutoSum, click on max. And again, it selects the entire list. Just select whatever you need. Click on enter. And there you go. The maximum value is 75. Now, similarly, minimum, click on AutoSum, minimum, just select the list, and there you go. So, I hope this is straightforward and easy enough. Now, as I said, there are two places you can find AutoSum, home and formulas. And for sum, just for sum alone, there is a very simple shortcut as well. In case you don't want to go ahead and do 2 or 3 mouse clicks, what you can do is, let me just remove the sum value here. What you can do is just keep your cursor here, and on your keyboard press Alt and equal to sign together. So I am going to press Alt and equal to, and you can see it automatically gives me the formula, selects the range, and I just have to go ahead and click on enter, and this can be done as well. Excel also gives you the ready-made functionality to check some of these options in your status bar. So the status bar is this bar where you see ready, accessibility, and these zoom in, zoom out options. So this is called the status bar at the bottom. Now, if you select a list of numbers, let's say I'm selecting this list of numbers, you can see automatically at the bottom, in some small font, you can see the sum, 312, count, and average. So without, calculating it here on the sheet itself, at the bottom itself, you can see these numbers appearing. So Excel has this, amazing functionality of showing these results at the bottom. In case you don't need to type it out or, show it to anyone specifically, if it is just for your own consumption, you can use these features as well. And in case you want to customize it further, you just have to right click on it, and you will see, multiple options. And here, if you come, you can see sum, count, and average is auto selected. If you want, you can also activate maximum and minimum, and there you go. So whatever we did on the sheet right here can also be collated at the bottom here using the status bar option. So this is just a quick tip for you in case you want to visualize or see what is the aggregate of whatever calculation you're doing. So that's basically about it. I hope this was helpful. What we will do in the next videos is we will cover more on the formulas and get to see some of the most important formulas that are used in Excel. So if you haven't subscribed to the video yet, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. And if you have any suggestions, please post it on the comments tab. Thanks a lot. See you next week.